Okay, it's Monday, January 13th. I have Sunil Maulik with Sunil M1 with me. And Sunil, welcome. It's great to chat with you. Sunil is the founder and principal of Sunil M1, which provides consulting services to enterprises. First, Sunil, I'd like to hear what it is you sell, who you sell to, and kind of what its value is, what its benefits are.
Sure, absolutely. So Sunil M1 provides workshops in design and innovation thinking to help organizations solve problems in their day-to-day lines of business. So what we found is that there's been a lot of discussion around design thinking at a very conceptual level, at the chief innovation officer or at the very strategic level. But what we found is there's a need for managers in lines of business who have quarterly goals and targets and have issues, challenges, problems facing those. And what we do is come in and actually help them using the same design tools and innovation tools to actually solve these problems on a very pragmatic day-to-day basis.
Oh, that's great. And tell us, how do you go to market? How do you sell these services?
So up to now, it's been very much word-of-mouth selling. I compiled a database from my LinkedIn contacts and did an email blast to that. Got a very good response from that, including responses from people who I haven't spoken to in years, and in some cases decades, which kind of is interesting because it reminds me that you should leave no stone unturned when marketing, and find as many channels as you can to market as broadly as possible. Since then, I have signed up some channel partners. These are accelerators, innovation centers, universities who are going to co-market these workshops to their target market base. But I would say primarily it's still word of mouth and direct marketing and very much reference-based selling.
Okay, makes sense. And tell us how that's going. How's that process working for you? Where is it kind of humming? Where does it need a little tuning? Sure.
So the organization only got started at the last quarter of 2013, so it's early days. I will say that we got a tremendous response from the email. We did open enrollment workshops, which were well attended. We used those as a type of paid marketing to then get referrals back into enterprises. And we've had our first successful enterprise workshops. And now we're looking, of course, to follow on from that. I would say the challenges are threefold. One is, of course, explaining what the benefit of the workshop is before people have actually taken the workshop. Once people take the workshops, they clearly see the benefit and are excited to bring us into their organizations, and so they become champions. But of course, we'd like to get the workshop signed up even before they've had to do that or go through that process. I think the second is really convincing middle managers to take time out from their busy day or their busy week to get all of the people in the room for a full day workshop. And then I think the third is sort of like it's the follow-up. It's ensuring that once people take the workshop, understand how these tools can help them, see the benefits of it, that they actually go back and implement it. And we're looking at follow-up consulting and follow-up webinars and Skype calls and so on to help them with that process.
You're right. That makes sense to make sure that what you've taught them sticks, I guess. Eh?
Exactly.
And then finally, you've been selling into the enterprise for many years. If you had sort of one takeaway for us, what would you say selling high-level, complex products or services to an enterprise? What would you say that is? What have you learned?
Right. So I've sold both products and services to the enterprise, and I would say the one takeaway I've had is when you have a product, sell it as if it's a service, and when you have a service, sell it as if it's a product. And so we're trying to actually productize our services, package them up, create even data sheets talking about the unique features and benefits of our service, so that when we present these to our internal champion, they can very quickly internalize the key unique benefits that our service provides, and then they can sell them internally within the organization. So I would say really thinking of your service as a product with unique features and unique benefits that you can actually quantify and describe, and then articulating those to your client is key to getting your service in an organization.
Yeah, that's a great insight. Well, Sunil, thanks so much. It's Sunil Maulik with Sunil M1. Thanks for taking time with us today.
Thank you, Hugh. My pleasure.